Namaste, good morning. We're going to do some bhajans this morning before Guruji arrives, and as he's arriving into the hall, we'll probably pause as some announcements are read, and then what we'd like to do is all sing a song together to Sri Muji after he's seated up here. So I thought we would start with that one, a real simple Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, just so that we all kind of know it. In a few minutes here, we'll sing it again when he's here. So we'll start with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and we can sing this all together. It's a very simple tune.
Oh
do a little call and response. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Rata Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. I'll sing a piece of it and you sing it back, and we'll see how this goes. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala. Govinda. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Let's do a Maha Mantra. We can all sing it together as soon as the tune is obvious, and it will be. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Good morning and welcome everyone to this Satsang with Sri Muji, and welcome to everyone joining us from home. We'll try to be very brief with these announcements so we can have some more music before Muji Baba joins us. Come on, Sita. Good, good. Can we have your attention for just a few moments, please? But first we have some announcements about the schedule. This afternoon at 3:30, there will be a special satsang here with Russian translation. And this means that preference will be given to those speaking Russian to come forward and ask the questions. And all the questions and answers will be translated into Russian.
Доброе утро. Сегодня днем в 3:30 будет еще один сатсанг с переводом на русский язык. И приоритет для того, чтобы поднять руку и задать вопрос, будет отдан людям, говорящим на русском языке.
And the gates will open at 3 o'clock, and everyone is welcome to join. This satsang will be broadcast live, and the intention is for there to be another Russian satsang next Wednesday also.
Ворота будут открыты в 3 часа, и этот сатсанг будет транслироваться онлайн, и все вопросы и ответы будут переведены на русский язык, даже если будут заданы на английском.
So you've probably all heard about this beautiful project of the live interpretation of the satsangs. What's happening is that there are some beautiful volunteers in a room nearby who are translating these satsangs live into other languages. And some folks in the hall with a smartphone are able to listen to these interpretations in real time here, and they're also being broadcast. So we want to tell you the languages for today. They are Russian, Punjabi, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, German, and Chinese. I believe it's Mandarin. And at the Russian satsang this afternoon, there will be some different languages offered for interpretation. So we just wanted to let you know about that. Okay, now back to the schedule news. So tomorrow is Thursday, and there is no satsang here. The satsang instead with Muji Baba will be in Haridwar at a yoga festival that's happening there. And it will be at 11 o'clock at a location called Pant Deep. So some things have changed since I told you about it last satsang. We said some things about where the buses would come, and I want to give you the up-to-date information. So the satsang is at 11 o'clock. It's free and open to everyone. Haridwar is a very ancient and holy city, and it feels to be a very auspicious location for the satsang. And the yoga festival is very happy if everyone here can also come to satsang there, so we don't miss a day of satsang. And they have offered buses to take you all there. Now, we tried this thing where we asked you to raise your hand and we could see how many of you would want to come. And it was an idea to try to get a percentage, how many people, 80%, 60%. But we've come up with a much more scientific way to find out how many buses we need. And we really ask for your help with this. And what it is when you leave the satsang hall today, you'll see some people at the gate with a little ticket. And the ticket, we ask you if you intend to take the bus, to take a ticket. You don't have to show the ticket tomorrow, so don't worry about that. But if you're quite sure you're coming tomorrow and you would like a ride on the bus, please take a ticket, and then we'll know how many seats we need. Now, the buses are going to leave from the Madhuban temple. That's the big white temple on the main road. So if you're leaving from satsang here and you're heading up towards Ramjula, it's the big white temple on the right. I think most people know where it is. There's a map on the information board, information also on the website to help you find this location. And just behind that temple, there's a big parking lot. And the buses will be there between 8:30 and 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And at this yoga festival, they are also offering free lunch for everyone here. It's very generous. And the buses will be taking you back here sometime after lunch. And I think once we're there, it will be quite clear where you pick up the bus. Some folks went yesterday to check out the location, and they say it's a very lovely venue for satsang there. So we hope to see everyone in Hardwar. And now I would like to read a recording agreement. We want you to know that we're broadcasting live today, and by admission to these premises and this satsang, you understand and acknowledge that there will be photography, visual and audio recordings, and that all these recordings are copyright of Muji Media Limited, and you give your consent to Muji Media to use your image, voice, and dialogue on any media such as live broadcast, video, audio, websites, social media, books, including published materials for retail sales and any other purpose, and you waive all of your rights to this material, and consent that this material may be used without compensation to you of any kind for an unlimited period of time. You also agree not to use any information Sri Muji gives as medical advice or as an alternative to medical advice, and the full version of this agreement is posted on the information board. So what this means is that if you don't want to be recorded on film today, it's your responsibility to stay out of view of the cameras. And in that case, we ask you to sit in the far back corner of the room. And in the same way, we have some designated photographers taking pictures here and posting them on muji.org each week. And they're very lovely images. You must look if you haven't done so already. But if you don't want to be photographed, it's please your responsibility to let the photographers know. We ask you please to not take any pictures while you're here, and also no personal recordings of this satsang. And if you would like a recording of today's satsang, you can order it in the shop. The shop is in the entry area, and it's open just before and just after satsang. We so deeply appreciate your donations. All of the satsangs here are made possible because of your donations, and everything that happens here, from the sound to the lighting to the chairs, everything is covered by your donations. And these satsangs are just such a gift for all of us and for all of time to come. So thank you for making it possible. And you can find the donation boxes in the entry area. And also, if you'd like assistance, you can ask for help at the information desk. And now about satsang with Sri Muji. If you have a burning question pertaining to your freedom, for your liberation, please raise your hand today, and Muji Baba will call on someone to come forward to one of the microphones. The microphones are in the aisles here, and we ask you, please don't queue at the microphone unless you're called to come up, and please don't come to the platform unless you're invited here. If you do come to the microphone, please come very close to it, the way you see me talking here. We repeat this every day. It's such an important reminder. It makes a big difference in how clear your voice comes so that we can all hear your question. And after satsang, Muji Baba may sit with us for 15 minutes or so in a silent sitting, a silent darshan. It's an opportunity to connect internally with this great master. And if this is to happen, we'll give an indication. We know that some people have to leave for another program, or those who have to leave, there'll be a moment where we let you know that the silent sitting might happen, and we ask you in that case to please leave quietly. And Muji Baba will be with us in a moment. Thank you.
Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram. Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai 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 Ram. Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai 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 Ram. Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Ram Ram Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Rama, Ram Ram Sita Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram.
Om. Namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang today. Very good. Very happy to see you. Lovely morning. And also welcome, of course, to the many friends who are joining us via broadcasting today from around the world in order to have Satsang in real time with us here in Rishikesh. The microphone, it feels a bit, I don't know, can you hear at the back? It feels a bit woo, 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 woo. Okay, so, good. I know that there will be a number of new visitors today, and just to say some brief words about the nature of these satsangs. If you're coming for the first time, then perhaps it's best that you don't rush forward to ask a question and get a sense of the feeling of being here first. But I am not stopping you. If you feel you have to come, then this is different. This is fine. I will again remind those of you who have been coming that we, as much as possible, to not stay into a personal story so much when you're, but to come more with this feeling that you have to come beyond the grip of psychological conditioning and not just to follow through with an ongoing story. I spoke before about this, that generally I found there are two types of questions. One I call a knowledge question, which is a question when you want to find out about something, to gain more knowledge or understanding about a certain things. This is okay, it comes up also in satsang, but I would prefer a freedom question, and by that I mean a question that arises from this burning urge to be free from the influence of the psychological mind and from ego, that there's a burning within to find one's true nature. So these questions I welcome fully, like that. And as we go, I don't have much to talk about. As we go, you'll find. If they don't force a question, just because you want to come up and be seen or something, but it has to arise from some genuine place. If it is not, then I'll catch you out. So I don't want to say much more about this. On the way here this morning, somebody came. He stopped me, and he said, "Take this, you know." I didn't have time to read it. We're a little bit late. And it says, "My burning question." So first I will look and see if it's a long one. If a burning question has to be short, you see, isn't it? If you're on fire, you're not going to write a letter and I need some water, and it has to be, you know, it has to be Himalaya or something like that. And I'm going to have a go and see what happens. Dearest egoless one, thank you for revealing yourself to me and then accepting me as your student with your infinite patience, guidance, and grace. I have identified myself with consciousness. And consciousness has no inherent quality, characteristics, or attributes except one. It is identified as I am. I have also discovered consciousness is not permanent. A whiff of gas and it is gone. I am aware my being was absent when consciousness returns. I fall unconscious as... Oh, it's you. Okay. As I fall unconscious as Asim is your name, and wake up as Asim because of memory, which also comes and goes. I have dropped all my beliefs and replaced them with knowing born out of pure self-inquiry, except one. I believe there is awareness during deep sleep because my beloved Muji says so. Please replace this belief with knowing, my master, with deep love and gratitude to you, my clear-seeing Paramahamsa. Your grace has brought me thus far, and grace shall lead me home. I remain an inquirer till the correct position of self is realized. Okay, that's good. I have dropped all beliefs and replaced them with knowing, born out of pure self-inquiry. So all beliefs have dropped except one. Okay. I believe there is awareness during a deep sleep. Why you have to turn it into a belief? Why is it a belief?
There is no I am in deep sleep, Master. I am not there.
How you know?
When I wake up, I realize that I was not there. Time has passed. And I am back.
But also time passes during the day also. Sometimes if you're engaged in something or whatever, time passes but you're not aware of its passing in a conscious way. And also you enjoy sleep, no? You enjoy sleep or not? Or you
I am
only...
forced to sleep. My body goes to sleep. I cannot stop it.
Yes. And you need not stop it. But my question is, you enjoy sleep or not?
I have no recollection. I have no experience.
You enjoy sleep or not? Because we put the money to buy the best mattress. The best mattress, lavender pillows, to forget everything about the day, isn't it? And then somehow everything is gone. In deep sleep come. We're not talking about dreaming.
No.
But in deep sleep, you say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So even if you are married this morning, honeymoon has started, tonight deep sleep comes, you cannot bring your bride into this state.
I've heard this, Master. I've heard this.
Yes. And
I've heard this.
Yes, and you are also not there in that way. The one who is relating to the world during the waking state is not there.
There is nothing there, sir. There is nothing.
Yes. Do you know this
I
only?
am not
do you
afraid. Yes.
Do you know this only after you wake up?
I know this because I am not there in deep sleep. I am not there in deep sleep.
Okay. Something is there. Something is there.
I am not. So if I am not, then how is there anything there?
You are only reporting of that aspect of yourself which functions in cognition, which is
the witness.
Which is, or you may say that, this part of yourself which is in the dynamic relationship with object-subject relationships. But that's not your only truth. It is not your all-encompassing truth, because that also is witnessed. Even in the waking state, your capacity to perceive, to feel completely relationshipless,
Yes.
is also perceived, isn't it?
I am. I am is perceived.
What is your question then today?
Where is the I am in deep sleep?
No. I'm not going to answer that. It's not going to be helpful for you.
Okay, sir.
You're awake. Ask me a waking question
A waking
now.
question.
Oh, yeah.
The
Because
I am-
this kind of question
Yes, sir.
is going to disturb you. Is the mind has found a way to
Yes, sir.
to keep
Yes.
living through
Yes.
this kind of doubt.
I am afraid
Okay.
of this. How do I solve this? What do I do? What can I do? I ignore this question? If you tell me, I will believe it. As I said, this is the only thing
Ignore
I believe.
this question for
Yes,
now.
Master.
Okay?
And stay as the self.
You may come to a realization about this later.
Yes, Master.
But at the moment, it's functioning like some kind of
Yes, it's like a
obstacle
spoke in my wheel. It's grinds me to a halt.
Okay. Okay, so leave that. Now what happened now?
Nothing, sir. Everything is bliss. I have just this one question. If you tell, as I said, I just wanted to hear from you.
Yes.
Your answer to me is enough. You tell me to continue, I will continue, sir, being a self and staying as the witness. I shall stay, sir.
The self does not have any doubt or questions about this question you came.
I am exists. But I am is not aware of his existence in deep sleep.
Don't you need a little break from existence? Why don't you enjoy the few hours a break from existence? God gave you this nice space. Relax. Don't cognize anything. You don't have to have any relationship. You don't even have to have any identity.
Nothing.
Just enjoy.
Shunya.
Shunya. Okay.
I had just one thing, but my mind has explained to me why this could be, is because the mind is the mirror of the self. And in deep sleep, the mirror disappears. So the self has nothing to reflect itself from.
Suppose you had an operation, let's just imagine, and you were without consciousness for a while. And now you're returning to consciousness, and you find that you open your eyes, but there's nothing to see. There's nothing to feel or to touch. There's no mirrors. You find a sensation like you're floating in space, but you cannot connect with any object of perception. So
I am
no
exists.
mirror.
I am exists.
You will know you exist, isn't
Yes.
it? That by which you know you exist, you stay with that then.
Thank you, Master. Thank
Okay,
you.
good,
Thank you.
good. Next one. Who is really burning to have? Is it you? Let me hear what you have to say, then come.
Namaste Muji.
Namaste, darling.
I am very much afraid to come to this mic. That's why I want to come, to go beyond this fear of speaking. I just want to look at you. And I don't have any question.
I have one.
Yes.
You say you just want to, something is afraid even to
Yes.
come up to the microphone.
Yes.
And so you want to go beyond this fear.
Yes.
But why stop only at this one?
Yeah, it's the one, it's more important. I feel like you're very heavy on my heart. And in a few days I will go back to my country, and I really want to have this this opportunity to see you. And I bring this in my heart.
So state your request again for me.
Sorry?
Tell me what is your request again from your heart.
My
is what?
request is to make a connection. I want to see you to make more alive. So I keep this in my heart, because I feel that everything you said is true. I know it, and
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
just want maybe to come a little closer.
Just that you want?
Yes.
But then if you come closer,
Yes.
then you have to go further away again. So it will not stay. Whatever
Okay.
you see? I want to go further than that. Wouldn't it be good if you don't just come, look,
Yes.
and then you go away, you will forget?
May I just come to touch your hand?
No, more than that. Go better than that you have to do.
Then I don't know.
If you had one request in your whole life, only one, one, suppose God came and said to you, my darling, I'm going to offer you one request and I'll fulfill it for you. Would you have to think about it, or you know immediately what it would be?
It's like I already fulfilled to come here. I know your presence I fulfill inside my heart. All that I wanted, and I don't have any question more.
So your final request would just be to come and...
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to diminish that because it depends upon what is inside your heart, no? Come on. If you want to see me now, you put your head down and you're crying. It's enough like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. Have you come, honey?
Hi, Moji.
Hi.
I've spent a lot of time just contemplating for quite some time at home and here. And what I've noticed that stays with me a lot is that I notice that this moment and every moment is always the same. Time passes and continues, and it just still always feels like it's this moment. And when I sit in my presence, I feel my sense of self, and then I feel the thoughts come up. And I can feel, like you say, that I'm the ocean and they're waves, and I watch these thoughts develop, and then they drop down. And I try not to follow them, but then I do let them just stay and drop. So I've been watching this, but I'm wondering if you could bring me in deeper.
Yes, yes. I gave example before that the actors will not go on the stage until the audience is seated. What it means? They are not going to perform to an empty theater, isn't it? So what the significance of that is that these thoughts, they have no power in themselves. A thought cannot think itself. And no thought is self-employed. It can only connect with an interested party. Yeah? So that means that if there's some interest, whether that interest is in the form of that you love it or hate it, it will supply energy to that thought. You see? So what is happening is that you say the thoughts are just kind of going on by themselves, but your interest keeps them alive at some level. Rather than put so much energy on trying to nullify or pacify or subdue the thought activity, put it more just on the self. That space from where the perceiving of thoughts arise. You see? Mm-hmm. You already hinted anyway that you are here as a sense of presence, but you started by saying, when I am in the state of presence. Mm-hmm. Why when? You're not a tourist to yourself. But many people report like that. When I go there, you see, but this is the wrong thought. You're always the self. You're always the self. But what happened is that a habit has come to feel that you're the one who goes to the self and come out. That refers more to your attention than to what you are. You are the self. And I said once this thing, and I'm going to repeat it now. I am. Before the idea that I needed to remember myself or that I could forget myself was believed. Again, I am. I am. You can say same thing, not different. I am before the idea that I needed to remember myself or that I could forget myself was believed by me. You see? So actually, when you say I, it refers to consciousness, it refers to presence. Presence is not a state that I go to and I leave. This is not the right thing. What is happening is that we are living in the idea we have of who we are. We're living in an idea we have of who we are, in a kind of what you may call a self-image, which is not what you are. And this self-image is also comprised of consciousness as well, but the consciousness in a very contracted, limited state. So that's often where we are speaking from and what we are referring to as ourself, but it is not the self. It's just habit. But the fact is that consciousness itself has created these shapes, these forms, and actually suffer from them, apparently. It's not the true suffering. But while it is in the state of personhood, it will feel these states and it will suffer them. The what you may call the evolution of consciousness is from the state of person to presence. So when you speak of presence, it means that you're in that position whereby you can observe your thoughts, but with detachment. You will not easily create stories around your thoughts, because the stories kind of build up a kind of psychic cholesterol around the being. And that's why you feel a bit claustrophobic and blocked. But actually, you are not that. You are the witness of all the sensations that arise for you, whether they are thought, or some sensation, or feeling, or memory, or even the play of the intellect arises in front of you. And they can depart, and you are still here. So you cannot be them. Because if you were them, when they go, you would also be gone. But you are the one who witnesses their coming and their going. You must be clear about that. And your contemplations help you to really be clear, to be rooted in that understanding. After these excursions to and from presence, that will just fall away. It is not a truth. You see?
Okay. All right, thank you.
No, don't go away though.
I'll be here.
Yes. I don't know if you have caught what I've said there.
Yes, I absolutely.
Yeah.
I keep trying to find that root of the I, that belief, and
It's enough if you are observing, if you can identify the believing I, the sense of the believing I starts, no? You understand something wants to go like a reflex. It goes to the
Yes.
position of identity and says, I am this and I am that and I forgot this and I'm meditating to go here. And we have not checked it out. We have not looked deeply into these states that we are claiming is who we are or what we are. As soon as you begin to follow these pointings as well, which is very simple, it's saying that you are always in the position to observe what you say. So something says, I'm not able to concentrate at the moment. But there's an awareness of the inability to concentrate. That's more important than the concentrating. Because your intention to concentrate is to be in the state you're looking at it from. This is why I repeat sometime the great statement of St. Francis of Assisi, who says, that which you're looking for is already where you're looking from. But few people get it. They say, oh, that sounds clever. And, yeah. But if you really contemplate it, you'll see you are already in the position of the seer. Even innocently, even naively, you are reporting, and your reporting is showing that you are seeing from an ultimate place. But it hasn't connected consciously that you're doing that, because we are embracing the localized identity of consciousness as a person. And it is hidden from the person.
yes, it's hidden.
Yes.
Although I do have a sense of self too. It's growing, but I do easily stray.
Yes.
My thoughts. And
Even this feeling of straying is perceived. If you don't believe that I am straying is only an idea in respect to the self. The self does not come and go. The mind is like the wind. It is always coming and going. It needs space to do that. But space is more like yourself. It is infinite. It doesn't come and go. So these movements of coming and going, they are happening in the realm of the thought and mind. But your true self is like the space that offers the wind space to move. The wind mind, you can say like that.
yes.
It is a bit like missing the obvious in some way. But only because of habit that we revert to the old regime of identity and somehow overlook that is also some phenomenon only apparently present. It is changing even as we speak and as you listen with a sense of openness. Even if you don't immediately grasp it, it's making its way into your heart. If you're here and you feel, I'm really here for this.
I am, and I have the sense of both.
Yes. This sense of both is fine. Because what it means is that in the dynamic functioning of mind, like your comings and goings, you're doing this and doing that, you'll have the sense, yes, I'm doing these things. But from the deeper place of consciousness, which is a place that you simply observe in a very neutral field, you'll have the sense, I'm doing nothing at all. So it's not uncommon to hear people saying, I'm doing this, but I'm not doing. I'm crying, but I'm not crying. You see? I'm moving, but not moving. It sounds like a contradiction for the usual way of thinking, But as you re-enter with your attention into the heart, it confirms it is a totally natural way. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, my love, for now. I may call you up again, though, at some point, if I can. Okay. You. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I sent you a card a couple of days ago with that St. Francis of Assisi candle flame in the middle, and what you are looking for is
okay.
what is looking.
Right.
And I spoke
Yes,
to
I saw. I
yes,
saw this.
thank you. Yeah, and I spoke to you in London, and was at Zima last year, and so. I feel that you gave me a real key then that has been very profound for me, or a couple of keys, and it was that, my life situations have nothing to do with my liberation. That was one thing.
Very good.
And that was very freeing for me. And also you just said so clearly that you have to find your true position
Sure.
is the self,
Yes.
the Buddhist consciousness, and not the grip of the identity.
Very good.
Yes. And it's like I sense that now there's sort of this deep, I do feel deep sense of peace and freedom in this, and sometimes something happens and I can see how almost I get bitten by the snake of identity, but it's seen, so it doesn't have the power.
Yes. The power would come from the interpretation that you want to give it. The mind will give it something, and it becomes something, it becomes energized further. But if it's left, it cannot grow more than that, and it just fades away.
Yes. And it feels like there's this sort of intolerance almost. It's like, no, I won't enough of that. And it's like I don't trust the I that says I,
Yes, yes.
It's like, no, it's like sweeping it away. Even here, reporting.
Gradually, even this beautiful account you are giving, but gradually even the need to sweep things away also will become redundant, not necessary. You see? Just in the purity of your own being, the sun does not have to get rid of clouds. You see? It's not troubled by them. But this is a maturity there. There's a maturity that happens there. You've taken all the right steps. You say these keys, great keys, and immediately open the doors of understanding. Your true position is the self, you say, is the self. Thereby, whatever is coming up, the play of, psychological identity and so on, you're losing interest. And perhaps the greatest impact of your inquiry is when the mind becomes insignificant for you. And it's not talking about practical functioning, creative functioning, this is fine. But to do with identity, which is where we begin to suffer. Not because you are creative, that is fine, it's beautiful, you see? Not because you have to function and you have to plan things because of the appropriateness of that activity, but more when it's to do with identity, who you take yourself to be. All the trouble begins in that place.
It's like somehow there's such a love and a faith in really, and such a depth of really trusting. It's almost cut something there for me, you know, of that identification.
Yeah.
And I just really hear what you're saying, and I want to make sure that, you know, that I not only swallow it but also digest it, you know, in my heart.
There should be no future for this egoic relationship. You should not give it any space for future, in fact. Just this attitude already is striking, you know? Like, you know, okay, I hope in the next 2 months, meaning you're given a 2 months visa to be in your head. No, your idea is, no, I don't. And what a joy, what freedom. The mind and also ego imagines that you're coming into a tightness, a tight life. But on the contrary, you're being set free from the tyranny of this egoic, very claustrophobic, tight way. Fearful also, selfish. Human beings have no greater enemy in life than your ego. You don't need 2 egos, one is enough. One enough. And it's the same guy everywhere, in every country, in every religion, in every race. It's the same guy, in every age.
Yes, I love that about what you say, because I've always felt so passionate that I could never see like the division of the religions. I've always felt deep in my heart that it's one.
Yes.
You know, it's not different truths, it's one thing. And I feel so respectful of every religion. And
Yes, very good.
I have
very
this
good.
conversation, you know, with this Christian pastor, and we've been sharing and exploring and things. And it's just, I so love the conversation and the exploration that's just feels opening up, you know, but I just see God in everything, really.
Yes.
It's all one.
Yes. Because your own consciousness is returning to its universality. You see? So things are different in expression, but they're one in essence. You cannot preach this, you just be. You be that. You stay like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very good, very good. Thank you.
so much.
Good. Thank you. Okay. I can see. Who is it? That's really somebody here? Okay. Come.
Namaste, Shumoji.
Namaste.
I'm very grateful to be here.
Yeah, good.
And I feel that it doesn't matter anymore. The mind can be there. It's just mind.
When you lose interest in mind in the aspect that of the kind of personal way, or taking life too personally, which is really a contraction, in fact. As you pay attention more to your inherent being, this type of the noise of the mind will not trouble you. And if it doesn't trouble you, it will not register in consciousness that it's even significant. And after a while, whether it's there or not will not be meaningful anymore, because your mind is established inside the heart. And you see, is like a duality but no duality. Or the duality and non-duality, they're like one. It doesn't mean... There's a sense of wholeness in your functioning, and it's not divisive, not aggressive in some way.
It's a deep settling. It's
a deep?
Settling.
Settling, okay, yeah.
It's not a fire, I feel. It's like a source that's pouring water out, and it's just...
Even the flowing of love, which is very beautiful, is also perceived. Now, by saying this, I'm not saying, so that's not important. I'm saying that flow of love is a flow in the manifest field of consciousness, this field of consciousness. But that flow is also perceived in a deeper space. And you can say they are one. One is the dynamic expression, the other one, non-dynamic being. You see? Yeah. Very good.
So happy to meet you.
Same.
Can I please come to hold your hand?
Okay, come. Yeah. Someone, who is it? Actually, I can't choose, I just pretend like I'm choosing. Maybe somebody there will come. Hey. Very good. You're from where? Holland. Very good. Thank you.
I give my life to the divine.
This is best. Best. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I can tell. Very good.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste, Ali.
My question is, when you're finished playing the game, you have removed the I, me, and my, and there's only pure consciousness remaining. What are the next steps in living in an environment that doesn't truly support where you are at this time? How is survival possible in that environment? Can you please share some ideas about how to exist within the game without physically removing oneself from everywhere the game is being played, especially when you find no benefit in continuing to play the game?
Okay. Good one. Now, I want to say something because you stimulate that response from me. It's not a new question. I've heard this question before. How can we balance life of spirituality in a field where, it is not receptive, for instance, like people not interested in that, and, you don't have any burning ambition to aspire within the world of what I call the earth mind and the earth body. Maybe that's no driving desire here, but you are resting in a state of contentment. How does that somehow translate into a life where you're surrounded by beings who are not particularly interested in consciousness in that way? What do you do? You see? So this question will only come from the identity. What I want to say to you is this. As your mind gets reabsorbed in its rightful place, in the heart of being, a transformation is taking place also. Not just in terms of your knowledge, and understanding, intellectual conviction, but there's a transformation inside your energy field. It's changing also. And that is a significant thing, because many people, they have an understanding. They say, yeah, I understand. Even write books or something about it. But their presence is not carrying the perfume of that understanding. And even beings who have no interest in spirituality, you see, there is a seed, because they are consciousness also. There's a seed in them that recognize somehow the glow of awakening. They may not understand it conceptually, but their being will respond to it at some level. You see? Now, if you're going into it only with a sense that, yes, I know I am not this, and I'm doing my practice, and you're still having little conflicts with people here and there, and ideological conflicts and so on, you're still in state of personhood. Maybe a more purer form, but it's still a state of personhood. As you somehow, your mind gets merged in that state of being, truly there, these questions will not come. These questions, they will not come for you. You're in an altogether different atmosphere. You're not concerned. There's no one there to be planning a life in that way. It is only functioning as consciousness spontaneously. It is not deeply concerned about whether people like you or not. You see? Because it is moving in the God field, in the pure field of consciousness. You see? Of course, do you have feelings? Of course you have feelings. Do you know when someone is insulting or intending to insult you? You know, but you will not be overwhelmed by this, because you don't have a person to protect as it used to be in the old way. You see? It's like a natural compassion is there for you, and it knows how to be. It's not a person. It knows exactly how to be. It does not know ahead of time. It doesn't say, yes, if this happened, I will do that. There's no need for it. Everything is unfolding spontaneously. Like we look at this plant, I don't think it will be thinking, well, I think tomorrow, I think I might put a new leaf, maybe over there, maybe. It doesn't think, it simply unfolds. Its life is simply unfolding. Our life is also unfolding. Our life is also unfolding, but actually what happened is, in the human form, consciousness has such a diverse expression, and it allows in its permissive will to function as though it has true autonomy. But actually, nobody has true autonomy. It is like a kind of matrix of just an energy field of consciousness. When it wakes up inside one body, it realizes in that one body that it is the same one in each body, in each and every body. You see? But in each body, it has to awaken uniquely. But when it awakens in one body, inside that body, it knows I'm the same one in each body. And that is love. It comes from love. It knows that even when someone expresses in a negative behavior or something, it's more superficial to do with their conditioning. Consciousness is in a state of hypnosis, whereby it is believing that it's still just this person with his own private little likes and dislikes. But it does not treat that in that interaction. It always is coming from a higher place. So it's not an eye for an eye like that. It always finds a way to raise the consciousness as it goes. It doesn't have to do that deliberately. By its very presence, it has that impact in the world. So don't feel that by becoming more truly awake to yourself, it puts you in any vulnerable position at all. It is not true. It is not true. If you feel vulnerable, it's because there's still some remnants of the person, and the memory of the person is still functioning, and it's feeling, how am I going to do when I go home? You see? When my mother looks at me, and says, what are you looking at? Like that, all holy and all that. You see? You will not be fazed because you are not really a daughter or a mother or a brother or a sister. That's a garment that is worn, but that sits inside a deeper and more profound consciousness that can actually hear these things, be in the presence of them, and not react merely personally. You see? Always the love. Nothing will outshine the love or suppress it once you are free.
Okay.
So these questions, they will not come. They come in the state of duality when we are still, should I or should I not? But as your mind, the dualistic mind, begins to be absorbed more in the harmony mind, then your old way of responding to life is very different. You don't plan existence. You move in a much more spontaneous field, much more intuitive, present. It's very different. I want to enjoy watching you enjoy, discovering more and more your true state. And you know what is good? We only have another couple of weeks, and I still feel very optimistic about it. That is what is beautiful. I don't have to say, oh, and darling, you need at least 6 months. You need at least 6 months. I want to tell you that if you had only 5 minutes, we can use this 5 minutes. Only 1 minute even you can use. We were saying like that, what could you do if you only had 30 seconds? Everybody will turn you away. No. We need more time than that. We need more time. If you are Usain Bolt or something, you can do something with 10 seconds. But most people, no. They just sit it out. No, to do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Where did you come from? What happened? Okay.
Earlier when you pointed, it felt like you pointed at me, so I was
Actually, when I point to everybody,
yes.
Actually.
So, something just stood
You're
up
smart. You came, yeah, okay. Good.
Thank you. Oh, there's nothing much to say. Just want to say thank you. First time I remember when I spoke to you, Miss Aja, I had some experience, beautiful experience, and I spoke to you and you said, I am you, and I kind of felt it then, but it wasn't, but now I can say I am you, and I'm everyone here.
So these must be beautiful tears then, huh? Yeah, it must be beautiful tears.
And I can already stop them.
You can already what?
Stop the tears, they keep coming.
As you like, Yeah, it's good.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to you. Very good.
So much joy.
So much joy. Too much joy. Huh? Too much.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Just thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Okay. Good. You? Want to come? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Moji.
Hi.
Once on my way to India, I had a very powerful experience of Jesus Christ. And since then, I'm his follower.
Since then, you have become his follower?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I open up my heart for his presence, there's so much joy and love and peace.
Yes.
And I have this sense of unity. And I want to ask you, sincerely. Do I need more, or is that enough? Is Christ enough for me?
Let Christ replace you.
How do you mean?
Meaning that you get so absorbed that there's not you and Christ. You see? Meaning that He's drawn you into your highest possibility.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what He wants to do. That's what He's here to do. You see? He doesn't want to keep it as you and Him. And Christ come to release the Christ light in you.
Yeah.
So, yes. It is beautiful. I mean, even in this form also, totally beautiful. You're absorbed, and that absorption manifests as a great love and peace.
Yes. So that's sufficient?
Well, I remember something that Jesus said. He said, "In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I am going there to prepare a place for you, so that wherever I am, you can be there also." Okay? That is one mode. But as you yourself, they say, what you love, you become. When you love, you don't want to feel separate. There's a natural impulse to merge somehow. His love is like that. It does not want to keep a duality in you, but to absorb and to discover what He has discovered, to become what He is also.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This man is coming as well. You can go there and see what happened.
Master,
Keep going.
mind is thinning up.
Huh?
Mind is thinning up.
It's thinning away.
Yeah,
okay.
away.
Okay, Jaja.
Away. The body is like getting new life, more present. It's like the cells, they're intelligent and present. I have the feeling it's not just the last sparkle of an old man. I feel it's like something new life.
Yes.
There is a way to push farther, faster this process.
There is a way, there's a point, there's a position which is beyond all processes. You follow? There is a point, because processes must be going somewhere. Either they go into new processes or they just continue. But there must be a point where all processes end. Where is this place? It is the place from where you can perceive processes. You see? Some change is occurring in the body-mind, and it is observed in you. Now, many people seem to take a while to say, is that true? Can I really see? And in a sense, I say it is obvious, but it is almost as though we have to keep checking in and come to see that whatever happens, even if something happened like this, you are already conscious of it by doing nothing at all. You did not move, you did not prepare your ears to hear them. The consciousness already is here. So whatever it is that arises, it is perceived in consciousness, which is stationary. Stationary maybe feels a bit like it's held. It's not held. It just means another word for saying it is limitless and ever-present. It is this limitless, ever-present state, your natural state, from where you are observing all that manifests as mind, emotion, time, memory, all of this, vital force also. You're witnessing all of them. You simply need to acknowledge or recognize the finality, the ultimateness of that state or position. You see? So what you're observing are some beautiful sensations. You say, the mind force is thinning away. The mind in its psychological portrayal is thinning away. So you have the sense that you are not really being molested by your thoughts as much. This is thinning away. There's an awareness of this. Also the body, some effects are taking place in the body. This is also observed. Okay? The observer to these things is not personal. You see? It could be personal if you identify, yes, I can see my body is doing this, and my mind and my, if that sense of my is strong, then it will seem like, yes, it is the person observing it. But then, deeper than the person is an awareness in whose presence and light the sense of the person is also seen. The minute you begin to recognize that the person is like an energy memory or construct that is perceived, then you become aware of a deeper space that is not personal. And in that space, you see, the mind does not have that terror anymore. The whole play of suffering and sorrow and this menacing aspect of duality, it will not trouble you. That is the way by which you know naturally you're in the right place.
I feel like celebrating and just let everything finish in celebration.
That is an idea, and a nice one. Okay, you can celebrate. But celebrate is also, you'll come to the end of celebration also. You see? Yeah. You celebrate. But after celebration will stop, and another state will come. You see? So, does it mean don't celebrate? No, celebrate. But don't make too much of a big deal about celebration. It is also something phenomenal. Express and be happy. That's fine. But don't say anything that you do as an expression is ultimate. Nothing is ultimate about it. And so enjoy, by all means. It's part of consciousness's intention to enjoy its expressions. Why not? But I would encourage to not form any premature conclusions about anything that you perceive. Stay open and neutral and let the whole world dance inside your energy field. That's perfectly fine. Yes. You want to dance now also? I see something is going on. Yeah.
Little.
I like it.
I'll dance with music.
With music.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Someone over there? Come.
That's good. Hello, Muji.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So there is this feeling of readiness to let go of this relationship with the mind.
Okay.
It comes mostly from seeing that as a person I will never be ready.
Smart.
Understanding is there through your guidance and pointings. It's all there. I know what needs to happen, or maybe not happen, but I understand. So I guess what it all comes down to is, why not now?
Yeah.
And I've been feeling like this for some time.
Yes. Now is more intimate than ready.
It is. It's always like, for example, I wanted to come to you like this for many sessions, but mind says, no, it's not ready right now, not ready. But now when I raised my hand, mine still was saying the same thing.
Yes.
But something just...
Okay, so how we proceed now? What we do?
I understand there's nothing to do, actually, but I thought maybe just coming and investigating with you.
Okay.
Together might help. I know I don't exist. Whatever I think of myself, the person is not. You can never locate it. It's not there.
Good.
It is sin.
Yes. If you are not that, okay, so we can discard that. We can leave it to the side. And all its connections we can leave to the side as, okay, it may appear, but we're not engaged in that because we have proven it's only an apparition, it's only a ghost, it's not an experience. You have come to that?
Yes.
Okay. So what remains then?
I know all the right answers that I want to feel it when I say it.
Okay.
Well, there's a space of witnessing which I'm aware of. Which there is awareness of the space of witnessing.
Yes. Yes. Is that a doing?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
It's always there. At now.
Yes. It's enough or what?
Well, their thought is coming like, okay, so this brought me to the edge of the mind now. I'm out of moves. I've been feeling like this, and there's nothing to do with, but the thought says...
Who is out of moves? Who is out of moves? The one who is out of moves is what?
There is still a person which is out of moves.
Okay.
Which is sin. But
the feeling stays in the body. The feeling of, what?
Well, I'm trying to trace this I to its source. Because this I, it doesn't matter where it is, in the person or in the witness, it feels real. It feels real, but
yes.
I understand it by discarding everything else which is not, that which I see is not me, which is everything.
Mm-hmm. This is why I'm saying, if everything is left aside, that you have identified, okay, it appears, it's felt intensely, but it cannot be what is, because I'm here observing all of these things. Yes?
Exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So this thought I was telling you is saying like, okay, now I just need to cross over.
That's also a thought being observed also?
It is a thought which says it, and the understanding is there. There's nowhere to go, and there is no one to do it.
Yes. That thought is there.
That thought, which sin?
Okay. Which leaves what? Does it leave a sense of stuckness?
Not right now.
Does it leave any sense of waiting for something?
Maybe a little.
But there is something that is not waiting.
Yes.
Yeah. It's never waited for anything.
It is always as it is, all the time,
Yes.
in the now.
Yes. What is knowing this? Don't reach for words too quickly. What is knowing this? What is perceiving this? To be able to say that what you have just said.
Well, at these moments like this, the words come like what you said about what you're looking for. This is where you're looking from.
Yeah, yes. So you are what?
That.
Is that your answer?
I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't want to know. I'm willing also to let go of these beautiful spiritual notions, all that I have to come to this moment. It's all been good.
Okay, so you can let it go.
It's done.
Okay. And now what prevails in you? Great peace, silence. Yes?
Well, there are sensations in the body,
Of course,
which
sensation.
are witnessed from this place,
Yes.
which are unmovable.
Yes.
And it's fine.
Yes. You also got a living body, living consciousness, vital force, senses, sensations will be felt. That is fine. They are not the problem. They are not a problem. That which is does not require any of these functions to change. They can be there. They're in the manifest field. So,
Yes. It's like that.
happy?
Yeah. Thank you much.
Thank you. Very good. Okay.
Namaste, Muji.
Namaste. Thank you.
I'm here due to one of my sisters is Vatika Kapoor. I don't know where
Could you
she is.
speak more slowly, please?
Pardon, sir?
Could you speak more slowly? Yeah, say again now.
I'm here due to my one sister, Vatika Kapoor. I don't know her only in chatting. I came to know about you from her. And yesterday, evening time, I was just giving thank you to her. And I simply asked whether I can meet you or not. She said, okay, you can. You have to register. And in my dream, I saw you in the same dress. And I was just trying to get an appointment. And you came out and you're speaking in my own language with me. Then I said, Muzi, I want to meet you for 10 minutes. You said, I have no time. Then I said, only 7 minutes. Then again you said, okay, later on. I said, please, sir, for 3 minutes only. And my mind was playing that if you give me 3 minutes, I will take out 30 minutes, no problem, once I get entry in his room. And I was watching myself at that time also. My mind is playing some kind of game. And other time also, when I watch myself, I witness myself. And I feel my body is sleeping or thinking. But again, then I feel my mind starts to play, and I feel myself not grounded in that state. Kindly guide me, sir. I'm not finding myself grounded in that state every time I do.
You say again?
I'm not grounded in that state of witnessing.
I see. Let's try something now. Let's try something. Just for a few moments with me, and anyone else want to join, you can do it. Just as though you're emptying everything from yourself now. So all your reports and your sense of who you are, we're just going to just leave it aside for a moment. Can you follow with me like this? So, okay, so your whatever happened before, anything from past, anything that you would like to happen in the future, all this, we just leave everything. It's going to be completely empty of intention and of any desire. Just, you can take them back up again when you're finished. But right now, we're going to leave everything now, everything aside. Be totally empty, and don't pick up any new ideas. It's completely drained out. And no expectations of what might happen, and no waiting. So you're entirely just empty. Empty, empty, empty. Even if a thought comes, you're not engaged with it, still you're empty, you see? Yes. We can relax also about it. Not waiting, not hoping. So whatever can be taken out, we're going to leave out, leave aside. So there's nothing left to take out, nothing left to empty now. No intention. Okay? There's no job you have to do now, so no work you have to do. You don't even have to concentrate. Just leave everything, everything. So you come very quickly, you can do this. Come. Yeah. And the important thing we say, don't be expecting anything. You're not waiting, just empty. Beyond even the concept of empty. Just you're here now. Now, something must be here that cannot be emptied, cannot be taken out, cannot be left aside. Everything else can be left aside, but something remain here. I'm using the word something because I don't know a better word. Something, nothing is here now. Be one with it. No effort, no effort. No belief. Belief is not needed also. Very simple. No religion, nothing. No labels at all. So whatever is here, nobody put it here because it cannot be taken out. It has no beginning. It has no ending. It has no middle. It has no center, no circumference. It is just here. I'm not asking you to imagine this or to create or visualize, only what is here just now. So maybe you can share something from here. How are you here? Who are you here? What's happened to you? Even if crying is happening, also it is not this. It is not this. The crying also you are observing.
Yes.
Let it happen.
Yes.
But don't identify with anything at all. Let crying cry. Laughing.
Yes.
No trouble. No definitions. Yes. Are you suffering anything?
Not at all.
Not at all. Do you need anything here?
I don't know.
Look. In any direction you care to look. Are you in need here? Are you disturbed?
Many times in the day, many times in life, I feel this state. Even in orgasm or something else, I feel myself, the body is reacting and I'm witnessing.
You see what happened?
But not finding myself grounded in this.
Forget about that. You are going now to past again. Don't pick up the dirt. You just put all this stuff down. Don't go back to this garbage place. You're going back to some garbage place to, a memory, which is not true. Don't pick up anything at all. Your mind is suggesting, but every time I try, I am still not able. No, this is past. It is not true. It is not here. It is not here. Speak only from here. Once in your life, must be able to do it. In your waking life. You cannot be always in gear all the time. First gear, second gear. Unplugged. Be in this. You must acknowledge this power in yourself. The space. You see? And it's almost as though an aspect of ourself, which I call our earth mind and earth memory, that seems to work to keep your attention only upon your bodily existence. This is not you. Feel that space that is here.
Feeling that.
Yes. It has no name. Not even I. And be here as often as you can. Acknowledge this. Be one with this.
Yes.
And it will remove all your inclinations and tendencies and your sorrow and confusion. Everything will get washed out. Too much time has been given to these episodes and these ideas and so on. So they are writing themselves in your memory as though they're real and that they belong there, but they don't belong here. Nothing belong here. Nothing belong here. Only when you know nothing belong here will you find unbroken happiness and peace and joy and real life. You see, you have been mixing with other things, mixing with perishable things. All that you touch, all that you see, time says all that belongs to me. I consume age after age. I eat everything except one thing. I cannot eat up awareness. It devours me. So like this, you have to leave everything. And today is a good time to start. Leave everything. Be entirely empty for a moment. You can go back and then you will see what you need to pick up again from the past. You spend a little time here only with yourself. You, beyond you, in this perfect place, empty of intention, be one with it. First you'll see you are not in pain. You're not in pain, so you will not be suffering this. And you stay like this and concentrate, be one with it. Even you concentrate just not out of a task, but you will soon, you begin to love this state, because here is alone is your purity. Here is your purity, you see? And you will discover this purity has never been polluted. It has never been polluted. Only it has been hidden. And the mind has misinterpreted it. So this must be a great joy to discover this empty space. Your mind will try and seduce you to go back to the old regime of thinking. But you're in a good state now to see, no thank you. No thank you, not for that. You stay put in this state. Then in a little time you can decide, okay, I'll go and pick this thing back up, and I pick this thing back up, but they can't hurt me because I am the untouchable. What are you thinking of now?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's the best thing to think of. And I want to see from someone resting in this state, or stateless state, see if your life is in any crisis. See if you are unhappy, even for a moment if you're unhappy. We have not said that you must suppress your senses. Let them shine, that's okay. Even your mind in its practical functioning, it is completely necessary. Let it go. Nothing will trouble you. Whereas before, when you have associated with so many other qualities, many things will disturb you. Now tell me if anything disturbs you. You see? No. And why nothing disturb you? Because you are home. You're in your natural state.
Bless me to be in this state. See? Bless me to be in this state.
Really? Blessed are you who are in this state.
I want to come to bow at your feet.
Huh?
I want to come to bow at your feet.
Okay. If I were to say to you, to somebody, anybody, everybody here, today, the Buddha or the Christ light is going to reveal itself here. We don't know who. Will you walk out of this room? It will be revealed in this hall. Will you walk out of this room? We have 10 minutes to go.
Hi, Moji.
Hi.
It suddenly felt extremely important to come up here.
Yes.
I came here 2 years ago, and then I've been watching you a lot on the internet.
Yeah.
As I last year couldn't come here. So I like to do some sharing, some talking to you, or yeah.
Yes.
So it used to be a lot of drama in my life, and it ended with that actually my mind crashed in the sense that it stopped working.
Yeah.
I couldn't use the mind, but the mind couldn't also use me, in the sense that it just stopped. You know, it didn't work in the normal sense, so I couldn't produce anything. And you know, people around me, they felt very sorry for me. They felt like, you know, poor you. And maybe because I had a working friend who said to me, I spoke to you and you sounded very low. But you know, I didn't feel low. I felt strong in a sense. I felt like relaxing time. And I was actually happy, secretly enjoying this state.
Yes.
Because it was the end of all the fighting, all the doing, and all the everything that was going on for so long. So it was like a complete rest for a year. And it took me about 8 months before I could produce some practical things again. Because also the practicalities was, but I was laughing at myself. And that was interesting.
You were interesting?
It was interesting what happened.
Gotcha.
And after then, you know, I decided to do my life differently. So I started my own business, and people said to me, how can you manage your own business if you are, you know, if you come from that kind of state? But now I can really do how I want to do it. And I am not so afraid anymore. And when, you know, it's a lot of money at stake and, you know, it's a lot of pressure from outside, but it's like it doesn't hit me. It's like it's untouchable. What's inside is really clear.
Yes.
And I take the decisions from... They more come, you know. If I feel a little bit like pondering in my head, I just think, you know, I wait and see what will come, because something will come.
Yes.
And in the same, if I have an argument, or if I feel inside, you know, that you have like something coming up towards a person, I also feel then, you know, I don't have to solve anything. I don't have to solve it, because it cannot be solved like that. And since I started to do that, it's like everything becomes more easy. Everything.
And do you have a sense of what the perspective from other people's point of view is towards you now?
Yes. Yes, they like me. Yes, but it is really like that. And even my parents, because my whole life I was fighting with them. And now I'm actually the child who is more close to them, because, you know, what can I do?
Natural.
Yes.
Natural way.
And how can I do anything about anything with that, you know? And I just feel a lot of love, despite that I see they have still these fights and things going on. But, you know, I'm just there with them, and I see that they relax. I see that they start to share things that they didn't do before.
Yes.
So it's just so... It's amazing, actually, to see how you try to do it, and you posture yourself differently, and you just do like that with everything, and it's just a fight all the time.
Yes.
And when you relax and just let it come, then everything becomes so right.
It is to do somehow with culture also.
Yes.
Because, you know, if you don't know yourself, then you're only going to rely on your mind and experience to know what to do, this type of thing. And in our culture, everyone is like on speed, you know? It's like a kind of hastiness. There's a fear that if you don't act quickly, you will miss your chance. You see? Like this. And so there is this hurriedness about everything. And so we are rarely moving in time with the universe or the cosmic expression. You see? From the platform of the body-mind person. So it's like we never get a chance or give ourselves a chance to let this, rather than acting from this itchy place, but go beyond this level in this kind of silence and being quiet. Meditation helps many people until you reach a sort of a field that then seems to move like this. Then you will witness that life takes care of life. You see? Most people don't know. They're deeply suspicious that if you don't act now, you miss your chance, you're going to end up in a bad state. And this culture is spread all over the world now. It's, in a sense, it is like pulling your parachute too early. You're pulling the parachute in the plane. You haven't jumped yet. You're pulling. Or even on the ground, you are pulling a parachute. So we don't have a sense that, because the nature of the egoic identity is fearful. Fearful, and then also from fear comes what? Aggression, suspicion, selfishness, judgment, aggression, you see. It is not a good state. Mistrust, all of this. Mistrust each other, mistrust life also. It's as though we have the feeling that life is always on the verge of becoming a chaos. But it's all in the mind.
Yes.
This is why as you come through this type of being in this energy field of satsang and coming into recognition, not only learning, but experiencing again, that when you simply leave things as they are, observe more, you come into a field that just a quality of being more than doing. And when you come to this and it becomes natural for you, then you will not feel so hurried in life. Nor do you have to say, okay, I'm going to be like this. You don't have to decide anything. Don't say, as from now, I'm going to be really, don't determine anything. Just be, because you cannot predict the expression of the vital force. Sometimes its expression will be very dynamic, moving, but you will feel right in that movement. Another time, more still, more gentle. Yeah? Don't let your mind determine that by saying, as from now, I'm going to be like that, because that will be a trap for you. Therefore, better to stay in a state of neutrality, where you are alert, but not in a panic state, and conversant with life in full range. You see? So when I listen to what you speak, I feel you have gone through that one way or another, and have come to a place you say your mind stopped. This is rare, but not so rare. Sometimes mind stop as two different ways. One is that suddenly you can't think. You can't think. You have to pretend you're thinking. You can't think. People ask you, so what do you think about this? And, but nothing happening, can't think. That's one way. Another way is that thoughts are there, they come, but there's no motivation to engage with them. So they're also under decrease, they're thinning away. The important place is that you're in a field of silence and peace. You see? And your view becomes open, panoramic, not tight and rigid. This is why I say you take one path to go on top of a mountain, but when you're on top of the mountain, you can see all paths like that. Top of the mountain mean, again, inside your heart. When you're established inside the heart, your field of view and your powers to comprehend, to discern also, everything is moving in a sweet harmony.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that on the surface everything is sweet, but it's the knowledge inside that it doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's not my concern. I am really not bothered with that.
Yes.
And even one time it was one man, he was in the car and I was in my car, and I misunderstood the situation. He jumped out the car screaming, and I was just like, I just wanted to solve the situation, and he got like interrupted. She's not reacting what she's supposed to. He was like, okay, and he jumped back in again, and everything was solved. And but it's just, it's
things
good.
are not bitter or sweet outside. They're only bitter or sweet inside. Because if something was a certain taste, you say that's how the thing is, then it would be like that for everybody. And each one have a different response. It's very much an internal world. Our experience is very much internal, you see. Thank you for sharing like that. Okay, now maybe for one more I will take. One more. Who is going to burn up this place today? Who is it? You can come. Get up, yes. Come. We're truly universal here, aren't we? Let's see what happened now. Okay, you come.
Namaste, Muji Baba.
Namaste.
My heart's beating so fast when I stand here. There's nothing really to say to you. What does one say to a master, really? But something's been propelling me in the last few weeks of satsang when I've been sitting in front of you to just come and stand here. And maybe it's because this being, there's no I here, to give gratitude for all the expansion and the experience that is experiencing whilst one sits in your presence, in your grace. So, thank you. Through my practice in the last couple of months, one day everything just broke. All constructs and ideas of what this journey should be, must have been, which the mind unconsciously was putting together, broke, and I fell into this space. And all that came was sit in the heart, sit in the heart, sit in the heart. And I've come to the satsang sitting in my heart. And a few days ago, this is not memory, but as I've been walking in Rishikesh, it keeps coming back, that these words of Tattvamasi, that I am.
Yes.
And then the words of Rumi, where he says, out beyond all these ideas of, I can't even paraphrase this, out here beyond all these ideas of understanding between right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field. I will meet you there. I, you, that field, the meeting. It's just magic, isn't it?
It is here.
It is here. In this now. In this boiling plate of satsang where, you said last time that if you need it, you need to come up. You need to come here and face the Master. And that's what I'm doing. This is what this being's doing now, in the presence of the Master. Thank you. Thank you.
To meet means to. Why not meet? Why meet when you can be one?
There was
meet
no
means
meeting.
to, you see? So this one means you drop the sense of you and sense of me.
Yes. It was so clear that there was...
You do that now also.
Yes.
Don't touch the sense I or you. Because it's you've been quoting Rumi. Rumi also say, or maybe Afiz, the only thing that keeps me separate from you is my idea of you. So if you drop idea of the sense of you and drop the idea of the sense of I. And you'll have to admit something. Because I means firstborn, the first concept arising. You is secondborn. So before you and I must be what? Unborn. Then drop the concept of unborn now, and what happened? It is not a psychological trick. So we say, drop the concept of you, drop concept of I. Let them play on the surface. But you are beyond surface. In the wordless place. Where is this place? Rumi says, in that field, I'll meet you there. Then I say, here. But now if you drop you and me, then what? Don't speak it. Don't speak it. Very good. we have all been counting back. In spirituality, you say, normally we are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. But in your real understanding, you're counting backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then after 1, 0. Then 0 beyond the concept of 0 now. Who will understand that? Hmm? Very, very, very beautiful. Okay, thank you. Good, good, good. Thank you. Okay. AJ.
Namaste, Muji.
I said, what's his ventriloquist or what? I don't know. Oh,
I was like, I didn't say that.
oh okay.
Am I dreaming or something?
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Namaste.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So you held me back. Now it's Master hasn't finished his work. Now finish it, please. Write this right here, right now.
Mm-hmm. It is finished? Before you even say the word, it is finished? Something keeps saying it is not finished. Something is insisting it's not finished. You find out who is saying it's not finished, to finish it now. My answer to the previous one is your answer also. Hmm? Okay, give me your memory and tell me your problem.
Well, nothing really. Nothing whatsoever, really. I am, and I am that I am. That's it. I don't want to refer to any great master's words or anything. I don't want to refer to anyone. I am, and I am that I am. That's it. No, I got it. Yeah, it all makes perfect sense now. Yeah, it makes perfect sense now. Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Yeah. I don't know, I can't recall previous lives, but at least this life.
They were meant to take a train yesterday or to get back to Tiruvannamalai and somehow missed the train. That was a train to miss.
Yeah, it's not one yes, it's 3 yeses. There are 2 other yeses saying the same thing, only this voice is speaking yes on their behalf too. There is one yes staying
There's
right
one
there.
One there.
Right there. There is one yes staying right there.
Yeah. Very. Very good. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Where's the other one? He went?
The other one is saying yes from the hotel room because it couldn't make it. The body couldn't make it.
Okay.
But it said yes in the hotel room. I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. All right. Not bad after all. Not bad after all.
Very good. Good. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
You have to say something? Okay, thank you.
Namaste, Muji.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I came here one way. Just to die in peace, to be free of any programming since childhood, to be free of anything.
Yeah.
I just ask you to guide me to see who I really am.
Some years ago, one man came to my house. I live in a very small place. And he said, he asked to meet one-to-one. Can I meet you in private, one-to-one? And in those days, I was trying to stop that. But he had a kind of urgency about him, and I said, yes, okay, come. Then I asked him when he came, why you want to see me one-to-one? Because usually in satsang, if it's not personal, everybody benefits. He said, no, I want to see you because the doctors told me that I am dying. And I've come to see you because I want to die before I die. You understand? I want to die before I die. I got it immediately. You remind me of this question. I want to die before I die. I don't want to die ignorance. I know something is to be discovered. I don't want to leave this body unfinished business. Help me. You say, I bought one-way ticket. Yes. It takes courage to buy a one-way ticket. Means no return.
No return.
Oh, okay, no return. Then you don't look back then. Don't look back. You leave everything there. It's behind. And don't look forward also. Because that's connected with behind also.
These thoughts are still coming.
Yes, they will come, of course. You cannot stop them. You cannot stop anybody from coming to your door and knocking. You can't stop it. But you can stop yourself from answering the door. Anybody in any country, you cannot stop someone from coming up to your door and ringing your bell. But you don't have to answer it. So you cannot stop any thought from just coming, but you can also not engage with them. Not out of fear, but simply recognize that it's the same old, dressed in different guises at a certain point. You see? And I'm not talking about practical things. Practical things you have to do. They don't create any trouble. They don't leave any footprints in consciousness. We're talking about the things that bring you into personhood. That is different. Because all problems, in a way, I can say they are personal. Because it brings up the consciousness, converts consciousness into a person. And when you get to be a person, you're very influenceable, you're weak, you're in your weakest state as mere person. The person is okay if it is sitting in the lap of a greater consciousness, if it is sitting in the lap of presence, then it is fine, it can be playful. But if you are living only with the notion of yourself as your person, then you're living as an handicap. You're not in your full power. And I feel that all of us, at some point, we're suffering from person poison, too much person, taking life too personally. And the personal aspect of consciousness, or the personal portrayal of consciousness, is always with some distortion, is there. So when you come and you say, yes, I bought one-way ticket, okay, good. That means everything behind, I'm leaving for now. Forward also, I said, don't go. Now you're here. Now you have to understand what here means, what it means here. I mean here beyond a geographical location. So not here in Swami Satyanananda ashram, but here in a more a non-physical here-ness. Means here means I am in my I am. I am here in myself. When you're in yourself, no, the thoughts will come. The people knocking at the door will come. And you can see, you can open your thing and see who is there. You don't need to be afraid of thoughts, but you know already when you're happy, you don't go out looking for entertainment because you're already happy. You're in a state of contentment. It's only when you're not in a state of contentment, you're looking for a little bit of trouble, a little bit of, something. No? If you're in your contented state, then you don't have to go shopping through the senses. Life is enough taking care of you. You don't have to go to try and take care of you. The life is taking care of you. So simply what is happening is the thoughts are coming and they try and come in as juicy a way as they can come. Because they know what juices you like. Is it? They come. And who is this you? It means the consciousness or the state of presence which is mixed with the sense of person. It's half asleep. So this state, in spiritual terms, I regard it as the recovering consciousness, meaning that you're still negotiating a little bit. Sometimes still feeling, yes, I'm this type of person, whatever. Another moment, you're totally free of all of that. So you're saying this oscillation between being in the heart and then being in the mind, you want to drop that. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, this makes sense for me.
Yes.
It's all the time states, just like from some extreme painful mind stuff. Then some days in the night, it happens often, I just wake up, and some days back, this wonderful feeling when there is no I, no me, just what a wonderful leg. I wanted even to say like, hi, what is your name, or something like this. And this organic, natural feeling of myself, which is, let's say, it's coming to this thinking head feeling very intensely. But this feeling, I experienced it before when connected with nature, feeling of creator, just...
Okay, so listen to this now, because we're coming to a close. And these two states that you are mentioning, one is sometimes when the pendulum of your attention swings outwardly, you feel, oh, the world and my mind, and oh, I can't, and it's just, when will it stop, and I'm so tired of this. Then when it swings into the heart, you're feeling, Om Namah Shivaya, oh, he's so good, he's nice, like this, but then swing out again, you see? And we generally prefer, when we're in the state, we're very happy, everything is good, and so on. But I'm going to introduce another position whereby both polarities are seen. Because both are known. When the feeling is in the mind, that state, and when the feeling is back inside the heart, energy, when you're feeling very happy in nature, creative and so on, that both of those are states observed from your true place. And the true place is not selecting anything. It's not selecting either or. You follow like this? So it is itself complete. Then for a while this oscillation may continue, but your absorption is so complete and content here that those oscillations, they vanish. You follow what I say?
Lots of resistance coming. It's like a magnet field
yes.
here.
Listen, good. Resistance is perceived and experienced. Listen, resistance, the storm of resistance is in the head shaking, no? But only if you think that matters. Okay? Because the mind, and you go, oh no, I can't do it, Muji, it's too much my mind. But I'm not talking to your mind. Only if you think that matters, then you believe that into existence and you're going to be troubled by it. Let the mind shake as much as possible. You see? Because you're thinking that you need your mind to be calm to be yourself.
Yes, there is such a belief.
Yes. Yourself is not waiting for the mind to be calm or not. Yourself is yourself. You be one with that. Say to the mind, throw your best punch. I'm not interested. See what happens. Everybody's waiting to pacify the mind. Mind, go to sleep. Nice boy. Okay? And mind is rocking and looking and saying, this is nice, but you wait. Okay? So you cannot live like that just to pacify your mind. It's not going to work. You stay as yourself. You must know the difference between yourself and your mind. When you know this, then mind is one baby. When he cries, you don't have to pick him up. Okay? You can quite ignore him. If you feel that when mind is screaming, attention is needed, he's got you. But as you see that this is crocodile tears, these are not real tears, it's crocodile tears. Okay? Some people will still go knowing it's crocodile tears. They will say, okay. But you will grow out of this habit. So this oscillation, these states, you go into the non-preferential state, meaning the state that doesn't need to prefer or choose anything. It is already itself. It is already here. It is your most stable place. The rest can oscillate, that's okay. And you know what? When you stay here, this oscillation becomes less significant, and at a certain point, you will not even notice it, because you're so established in your source being. And then gradually, your expressions in life can be whatever. You will not be, you're cured. You are cured. Stay here until you're cured, meaning that you don't have to take lifetime medicine. Your cure means cure. Finish. If you want to keep 1 foot in the manifest, 1 foot in the divine, you're going to be surfing. You can do. You'll always be having something, making some little progress. But if you've understood that you lose nothing by being inside here, being here, you see anyway. I'm here long enough, another 2 weeks, anybody can come by and say, aha, it doesn't work. Or, thank you, Muji. Wow, amazing. Win-win all the way. Okay? Good?
Yes. One more question.
Okay.
What to do with some programming from childhood? It sometimes feels like it's trick beyond the trick, beyond the trick, beyond the trick. Like...
You will be tricked for as long as you remain trickable.
How to know how to make this
Follow my
clear?
advice. Follow my advice to keep staying here. Just keep confirming that you're here, and the oscillations this way or that way, none of these are your direction. Where is the direction for the infinite? Where is the infinite most infinite? In the north, south, west, east, up, down, in, out? Which one? You stay in this place. You stay in this place. And then you'll see if there is decisions to make. You stay and see if there are decisions to make. Decisions become just another sort of play. Life takes care of life for the one who sees. For the one who doesn't see, life is trouble. You always have to be, you're like a chess player. You're always strategizing, maneuvering, manipulating. But the one who is in harmony with himself is in harmony with the universe. One who is in harmony with himself is in harmony with the universe. Please try it. Find out, tell me if it doesn't work. It shouldn't take you long to find out. Even one day. Tomorrow you can come and tell me.
Muji, can you push me into that place?
I don't push, I pull.
Yes.
Push is there, pull is here. But I was trying to show you that we are together here, no? Like this one. You want push or pull, okay, just. It's like somebody come and they say, Muji, could you show me how to get to Sri Satranchananda ashram? And I said, but this is the ashram. He said, yes, I know it intellectually, but I want the experience of it. Then I said, okay, I tell you, you go outside, there's rickshaw outside, tell them to take you to Topavan. When you get to Topavan, cross over the road and get any rickshaw and tell them you want to see Muji. And they will take you to some place, and that's how you'll find and then you'll come back into the place and you go, but I know this place. You are this place. Lights out. We have always been here, we have always been this, but we believe otherwise. So it's like I have nothing new to give you. I only point. You don't have to be creative. You don't have great imagination. You see? Only need to have the heart and openness. And, I don't know, urge. Grace does all of these things. It brought you here also. And you don't have to do any spiritual gymnastics. I have not given. I'm only pointing this thing. And you have all the ability, everything it takes to keep looking and bypass your mind into your heart, you will see. So this push, if you want push or pull, I'm giving it to you.
Some silver bullet.
Silver bullet is for vampires.
Yes.
You're not vampire.
It feels sometimes like.
Yes. Everything is sometime.
Yes, I want. If it's possible.
It is possible. Don't be so convinced by your mind. Don't be so willing to believe your mind. Its role is to deceive you for a while, to act as friend and enemy for a while. But don't curse the mind. The mind has been sent on a mission to confuse you as much as he can. But you must use your powers of discernment that God give you to transcend his influence. Mind is very much a part of the game of existence. Don't curse the mind. The mind is a very faithful servant and it does its job very well. You must do your job and use your powers of discernment to transcend the influence of the egoic mind, a power you have very well. This life, to me, is like a play or a game of transcendence. And you have the advantage. All of us have the advantage because you are already the self. Maybe the self a little bit sleeping, if such a thing is possible. But in the play, yes, the self is sleeping in the play. Beyond the play, the self cannot sleep. And sleeping only pretend sleeping, pretend evil. Pretend good, pretend bad. I don't know if anybody... Have I gone too far to say that? Oh, only pretend. That's what the game is. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good. Okay. Maybe we have a little bit of music, and I'll tell you what before you start walking out. After the music, then those of you who need to go and take lunch, you go off and take your lunch and what your day will be. I think we're having a Russian satsang this afternoon at 3:30. But I will take a short break for about 5 minutes to go and wash my face and things. And I'll come back just to sit 15 minutes in silence for those of you who would like to be here like that. So after this music, you can leave and I'll see you back in a few minutes. Not everybody has to leave, some can stay.
In the cold of the warm, I am pure and I am warm. I am blessed to the core. She is here with me now. She is all I can know. She is you and she is me. She is love and she is free. 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 I am her and I am you. I am one and I am two. I am free and I can see. I am you and I am me. I have seen the tree of life. I have lived the life of love. In the darkness of the soul, there's a lamp that lights the gold. There's a lamp that lights the gold.
No, I will go now. Thank you, Vinata.
Hi, darling. Good.
Very good.
Hi.
Those of you who are leaving, we want to please remind you to help us out by taking a ticket. You will be on the bus to Harvard tomorrow morning, and you'll see that at the gate on the way out. Those who are staying, it will be a very short break, so we please ask you to return swiftly to the hall. Thank you.
Pushing people off bikes now or what?
They're leaving.
Huh?
They're
leaving?
stay.
Hi. Hi, Lion. One of them? A new one. They're all leaving. You have a picture? We can take a picture of them?
Yes.
Can take a picture with them right here?
Everything to from the next to bring the trolley.
Oh, I see right here. I'm going to take a picture with you.
They are very nice.
Come this one. This way.
Just you? Okay.
You can see his face?
Yes, it's very good. Yeah, come in a little bit.
Maybe come this way. Back there.
Very good. You can hold it. Can I just have your attention? No. Very good.
We have a beautiful
Bye.
Bye. See you later. So good. Yeah, bye. You have to do okay. Okay, okay, madam. Thank you.
I love you.
Love you too.
See you soon.
Good. Okay, good. Your group got off fine?
I don't even.
Yeah. Okay, no, it's all good. We enjoy, you know.
I just, you know.
Okay. Good. Okay. Thank you, madam.
See you
We're going to see you soon.
We'll be inside.
Okay, good. Hi. Good. 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 Oh, good. Thank you.
My parents.
Oh, I can see the mom. Oh. Wonderful. Wonderful. Huh? So good. Good. You're coming back inside or not?
Yes.
Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Om Shri Arunachala Shiva Mahadeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Punjaji. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Christ. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Krishna. Shri Buddha. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ananda Mahima. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Mahadev Ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ram. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ganga. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Be aware of your inmost being. There is no story here, no history, no time. There's nothing to change, nothing to fix. There's nothing to become, nothing to leave, nothing to gain. Notice this. And you're not waiting. No next. Just here. Here in the height of your being, this altitude above the mind, the ego has no hold. Your natural state. It is not going anywhere. It's not coming from anywhere. It is not in a state of development. It is not a process. Simply it is. Here, if there is a sense I is. You're not asleep. We will call it no name. In a few moments you'll hear the sound of the bell, and simply you may open your eyes, but it will make no difference to your inmost state. It's very natural. It requires no one to keep it. It cannot leave. Because it never came. It simply is. And confirm this, you see. As the eyes open, again will come the sense of time and change. It is only apparent, it is fine, also natural. But all this movement will be occurring in the unmoving. It did not begin now. It has no beginning. Simply your attention has turned towards your heart. You're simply discovering, not creating. And what space and peace. We are not producing peace, simply recognizing, discovering. This peace and yourself, they are one. Like the flower and its fragrance are one. So this peace, this silence, this joy, it is your perfume. So as you move about now, many of you will be moving. Watch the mind that says, okay, now that's finished, now we are back. This is only thought. From your true place, nothing is happening. It is just like it is now. And each time you acknowledge this, grow more in love with this, the mind will lose its psychological hold. Om. Om Shanti. We will now leave. Some of you, if you wish to stay back and just to marinate in your own being, you're welcome to stay. You may lie down. And thank you for today. Thank you. Very good.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Okay, good. Oh. Yes. So good. So great, so great.
I'm going to get it someday.
Of course you have to.
I know I have it. I'll get it, but I have it.
Yes. Building? When? Today? Hello? Hey. Oh. Hey, look at that. Hi. I like these shoes or socks, isn't it? Good. Oh, Thank you. What is your name? Oh, I read you this morning again.
Okay, great.
I want to see you.
Nice to
Okay.
see you.
Let me see you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Should I ring the number you gave me?
Please.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
And all right. Which one is right?
Whichever suits you. Great. Thanks. I'm leaving tomorrow, Muji.
Oh, you are? Where are you going?
To New York, but I'm with you every day anyway. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So good. And dance with me too?
Yes. I take your blessings to practice silence. Thank you, darling.
Hi, you good? Oops. You are so great, so great. It's a miniature version of you.
Yes.
Hello, darling. Okay, go. Yes, return to sender. Bye-bye. Talk. Ready to eat? Is it ready?
Yes, it looks ready.